Hello, everyone. It's Alex, and this is Story Time with the Mystic Eye. Today, I am very excited to speak to Mind Power Expert Brent Webb. He's been featured on all the big networks: ABC, NBC, CBS, Fox, BBC America, and the list goes on and on. So, I'm hoping to pick his brain a little bit today and get him to give us some tips on how to raise our vibration. So, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, Brent Webb. Hey, Brent,
Hey, it is awesome to be here. Thanks.
and I am so glad you accepted my invitation. I'm very excited to speak to someone who gets it and is helping other people open their minds and use their minds for good. They're like we're all like Magneto,
Yeah.
but some of us are not using our powers for good and don't even know that we have them. So I appreciate you. And actually, I wanted to ask you um, because I wrote some notes here and then I missed step three. So I was watching the video of four habits on things you can do to raise your vibration. And I was wondering if you could just run through those 4 points real quick because I have smile, breathe is the first one. I don't have number three. And I actually wanted to talk to you about the repetition one too.
Well, the most important one is the one that's missing there is just awareness, and that's really when I tell people when they say, "Look, what is one thing I can do to start right now?" and bringing awareness to your mind is the very first thing because we've got this voice, we've got this. I call it the bitchy roommate. We have this person we can't get away from. They're locked in the house with us, right? And they narrate our life all the time, and they're always nasty. It's always telling us all the things we can't do, all the things that we're going to fail if we try. And so you've got to start becoming aware of what this voice is saying because we've been programmed for so long by our parents and the media and government and friends, and just not all in an evil way, but it's just the programming of generations that came before us. That is, we're living that. So you've got to understand when you slip on autopilot, that tape starts running in your head, and that tape was made when you were a child, when you weren't mature, when you weren't logical. And it's really destroying most people because they take that as the gospel truth, the word of God. It's a premonition of the future or something. It's just the voice of your past that's trying to help you, but it's not helping us. It's always like, you can't do that. Remember last time you tried that? And it
Right.
always is there to kind of throw you off. So awareness is just like, I tell people, get a post-it note, get a few of them, draw a happy face or a heart or something, stick them around your house, your office, your car. And anytime you see that, that's just your trigger to stop and see what's on your mind right then. Because we're on autopilot so much, we never even realize. It's like a program that's running. So when you stop and you go, what am I thinking right now? And you write it down. After a week of that, you're going to see the BS that your mind is coming up because it's all crap, most of it. So by writing it down and becoming aware of it, you'll start to see it for what it is. And then its power goes away because it no longer has that, I won't have that iron grip on you anymore because you realize it is such BS. It's not logical. You weren't mature when you created this mindset. And that's how you start getting out of it. So that really
Yeah,
is the most important thing.
it's not real. You have the power to change it, and it's about changing things so that it's a lifestyle. It's not something that you do for a month or 2 months. And it's funny that you said that about awareness. It's totally true because when I'm thinking about if I were to teach a spirituality 101 class, how would I start it? And what I come up with was self-awareness is really the first step.
Yep.
So I totally agree with you on that. And and I also uh what you're saying is really funny about getting away from yourself. Like I have this running joke where it's like, I really need a vacation from myself, but I just can't seem to get away. It's
Exactly.
like it's like but it's gonna be okay. So you gotta find ways to take breaks within yourself, take mind breaks and things like that. It's really important to be able to be zen in the midst of life's tribulations and using your mind. I really have noticed that on my own over the years that I would be battling a lot of negative thoughts that were just not even real. And one of the other things that I just posted was that Franklin D. Roosevelt quote, "There's nothing to fear but fear itself." And a lot of times that's really, really true. As fear is a lot greater than the reality.
Yeah. Fear is the number one dream killer.
Thank you so much for taking the time to listen to this video. If you would like to hear the entire podcast episode, please click the link in the description below, or you could just go to Spotify and type in Story Time with the Mystic Eye. Have a great day, everybody.